Bangkok is a digital nomad paradise, but is it really? In this video, we're going to talk about the good, the bad, and the unexpected. Welcome to the channel. My name is Sam. I've been living in Thailand for now 6.5 years. I'm what you call an expat. We're just going to talk about life in Thailand, my honest thoughts and everything. And let's start with condos, because condos is a major reason that a lot of people come to Thailand. And for me, my situation, I've lived in extremely cheap condos, mid-range, and then now I'll just say a little bit above the average for the price what I'm paying. So when I first came to Thailand, my condo was around 9,000 baht per month. I put the conversions on screen. I mean, it's one of those condos where it does the job. It's a studio, there's not much to it, but you can still live that independent lifestyle, which is great for people when they first come to Thailand. I then moved to a next condo in Rama 9, where I paid around 13,000 baht. And for that condo, I made a video about this already on my channel. It had insane facilities, infinity pool, it had spa, 7-Eleven, massage shop, rooftop, and then a co-working lounge in the top, and then the middle section, along with a sauna as well, and a massive area outside to walk. So these condos, you can get it as little as a couple $100s a month. And now I live in the center of Bangkok, and I pay around $800 to $900 a month, but I get like a pretty decent sized condo for that, which is like 70 square meters. It's a hot one today. It's like 35 degrees right now. So as you can see here, I'm currently in Benjasiri Park, which is right in the center of Bangkok. So we've got the Marriott Hotel here, emspheremall, which is Bangkok's newest mall. And this park is great. It's convenient. It's right in between Emporium, which is this one, M Quartier, and emsphere. So I think one of the main things that pulls people into living in Bangkok, Thailand, is the condos, and they are insane. Like, the value that you can get is just incredible. You can either go for the newer condos where you get all the facilities, which could be co-working spaces, infinity pools, things like this, but you sacrifice with the space of the room. Normally the rooms are going to be a lot smaller, between say 28 to 40 square meters, or you can go for the older condos, which is what I've done, and you get a bigger space, say more than 60, 70 square meters above. It all depends what you want, what you're after. Like for me, I don't spend a lot of time in co-working spaces. Pool is great, but I wouldn't use it too much, every now and again. So I want to have a space where I can feel it's comfortable and not squished. All right, another reason why I love living in Bangkok are the amount of things to do and the activities. So just like I showed you before, I'm in the park now. You've got this park, which is one of the smallest, is Benjasiri. You've also got my favorite one, which is Benjasiri, which is huge, very beautiful, recently developed a couple of years ago. So they made it even bigger and nicer. Then you've got Lumpini, which is the one with the monitor lizards. So yeah, there's loads of activities. If you want to go to a art workshop, you can find it really easily. If you want to go to a market, there's tons in Bangkok, like the train market, Chatuchak market, Jodhpur's night market, which recently just changed the area from Rama 9 to Ratchada. And yeah, I just love having that convenience. So I'm from a small village in England, in the south of Manchester, and I can't do anything close to what I can do in Bangkok, whether it's going to these luxury malls, which Bangkok has tons of, finding these amazing little cafes for a reasonable price. And that's a big, big pulling point when people choose to consider to live in a place like Bangkok. All right, let's talk about nightlife, because nightlife in Bangkok is insane, and it caters to many different types of nightlife. Whether you want to find a little bar on the side of the street, you can, and get the cheap singer for 100 or 200 baht, whatever it is. Or if you want to find these massive EDM style clubs like Muin or Space Plus on RCA Road, where they've got tons there, there's clusters. So the hot spots for nightlife in Bangkok tend to be Sukhumvit 11, which is where you find a lot of foreigners there. And you've got places like Sugar Club, Havana Social. It's all on one street, which is convenient. You've got Tonglaw, which is a bit more upscale, a bit more high-so society. That's pretty popular with Thais, more than foreigners, I would say, even though you can find foreigners there. But also great for co-working spaces and cafes. You gotta be careful because you don't want to get lost in the sauce. I'll say that happened to me when I first came to Bangkok. I used to party a lot. Every week, without doubt. Now it's more like, realistically, like every couple of weeks. And I don't have a problem with that every once in a while, but I would just say be careful because it's very easy to get lost in all that. And Thailand offers so much, especially Bangkok, that when you come here, there's two options essentially. You can either lock in, really focus, get productive, focus on your career, your business, or you can get distracted by all these things, which is like nightlife, girls, go-go bars, all these kind of things. So, all right, let's talk about Thai food because that is one of the best cuisines in the world, if not number one, easily. You've got pad kra pao, which is my favorite. You've got mango sticky rice, som tam, green curry, all these amazing dishes. The type of food that you get here, whether it's spicy, sweet, sour, it's all available and it's super easy to get. Whether you want to go and get street food, I can order anything on Grab, which is like the main food app here, and it'll come within 20 minutes, 30 minutes, super easy. That's because there's loads of motorbike taxis here, and if they're not transporting people from one destination to the other, they're doing food deliveries, and I love it. And I'll be honest, I don't cook a lot. That's probably because Grab is so convenient and I can just order that most days, which is nice. And enjoy this gorgeous view. So another thing I wanted to talk about is Thai people. I love the mindset of the people here and their mentality. Obviously the religion is Buddhism, so that has a massive impact on the way people act, the way people talk, the way people treat others, and I love that. It's a really sincere society. Lots of people are friendly. They call it the land of smiles. Okay, they're not going to be smiling all the time, I understand that, but generally this is a pretty community-based culture here. People want to help each other, even if I'm a foreigner and I'm in their country. They're so kind and so sweet and lovely, and I really, really love that about Thailand. And not only is it easy to connect with Thai people, but also foreigners as well, and that's because I believe having a social life here is a lot easier for me compared to the West. You've got all these social meetup groups such as Sabai Run Club, where you can just go for a run and meet loads of people and make friends. You've got events on meetup.com where you can go to these groups like Crimson Cat events. You can meet people, play games, go for a walk, go for dinner, and there's tons. There's even like matchmaking, crypto events, business events, everything. You can find it in Bangkok, and I think that brings a lot of people into the city. So not only expats and tourists, but people fly here just for these events. So now you're probably wondering, how does my budget look like living in Bangkok, Thailand? And I did make a video about this already, but I'll break it down for you. And basically I spend anywhere between, say, 75,000 to 90,000 Thai baht per month living in Bangkok, Thailand. I'll put the conversions on screen. For what I get for that, it's fantastic. The rent is included. I can travel quite a lot, whether it's to another neighboring country in Asia, or to the south of Thailand, or to the north of Thailand. Food, again, like I said, is pretty easily accessible, it's cheap. The budget when I first came, I only used to spend $900 to $1,500 per month when I first came to Bangkok, Thailand. And don't get me wrong, like that's not sustainable. Like if you want to live here long term, I wouldn't recommend that. Is it doable? Yes, it's definitely doable, but is it sustainable? And are you living? No, you're just existing. So I would recommend, if you're going to come here, having a budget of at least $2,000 per month to feel comfortable. That way you can cover your rent, you can cover meeting friends, eating out a few times a week, traveling to an island, traveling to the north of Thailand or to a neighboring country like I mentioned, and actually going places and actually doing things as opposed to just penny pinching. Oh, and I also wanted to talk about transport as well, because like I said, Bangkok is the most convenient city in the world for me, and getting around is super easy. You've got the BTS, which is the Sky Train, which is linked all around the city and keeps growing every year. You've got the Underground, which is the MRT. You've got bike taxis, car taxis, tuk-tuks. Fairly affordable, unless it's a tuk-tuk, that's a bit pricey. And that makes things a lot more convenient. Getting around is super easy, because I don't want to spend too much of my life stuck in traffic. However, it does lead me onto the negatives of Bangkok, which one of them is the traffic. So while it is super convenient getting around, during the rush hours in Bangkok, it's awful. 7, 8 a.m. in the morning up to 10, 11 a.m. It's super busy, chock-a-block in the center of the city especially, even on the edge as well. And then get to rush hour between 4 to 7 p.m. And if you're on the road there, good luck. Like if you're in a car, it's going to take a lot longer. If you're on a bike, you can at least weave in through the traffic, which is better, but again, it's not that safe. So that's a massive downside of Bangkok, which is the traffic. And it's one of those, like, every city is going to have its downsides, and for Bangkok, that's a major one, which also contributes to the next point, which is pollution. So not only caused by the traffic, but also from, you know, agriculture and farming outside of the city. Pollution in Bangkok sometimes a day can be absolutely horrendous, especially between December and March. Some of the days between there, it can be really, really bad. Like right now, it's okay. It's not actually that bad. Like you can see, it's not hazy. But there'll be times where you wake up, you look outside in the window, in the distance, and some buildings you can't even see. Not because of the fog, but because of the sheer amount of PM 2.5 particles that are in the sky, and they're just making things hazy. And you feel it. You go outside, especially if you go on a bike taxi, you get all the pollution in your eyes, in your system, going through your nose, your mouth, and it makes me sneezy. It makes my eyes itchy, and I hate it. I really, really hate the pollution. And don't get me wrong, it's not all the time. It's only certain periods of the year. I'll show a graph on screen to show like a yearly average of what it's like. January, February 2025, it was pretty bad this year. That is a major factor, and I don't know, who knows? Like, I'm happy in Thailand right now. Will I live in Bangkok forever? I can't say that. Would I consider moving to another city in the future in Thailand, such as Chiang Mai or Phuket or Isan or one of the islands? I'll consider it, but I am very happy in Bangkok. Like, I do call this my home, and have done for the past 6.5 years. I don't know if you can see right now, but my forehead is sweaty. And that's another downside of Bangkok, which is the humidity. It's always hot and sweaty. And there's 3 seasons in Bangkok. There's hot, there's very hot, and there's absolutely bloody roasting hot. And you just have to get used to it. You have to adapt. Like, there's the rare couple of weeks a year in Bangkok where it gets less than 25 degrees, and then you really savor those moments. But apart from that, you're just in a constant state of sweaty dizziness if you go outside between 11 and 4 p.m, which I am doing right now, because right now it's 3 p.m. Am I sweating? Of course I am. Of course. Let's go for another walk again, because I'm getting restless sitting down. I'm one of those people that I can't sit down for too long. I have to keep doing something. Another thing I wanted to talk about is culture shocks, because coming from the West, coming from England, I experienced a lot of culture shocks moving to Thailand, especially in the first few years. Now I'm a bit more used to it, but in the beginning it's like, whoa, some things really, really took me for surprise. First thing being nicknames. In Thailand, everyone goes by a nickname. They don't go by their actual name, and if a Thai person does go by their actual name, it's rare. It's not normal. Normally they have the coolest, the most interesting nicknames, whether it's Sprite or Lego or something which their dad liked, and he thought, okay, I like that, I'll call my child that. And I don't know, I kind of like it. It's unique, but everyone goes by nicknames, which is cool. It kind of makes me feel like I want to have a nickname. No, I'll stick with Sam, it's fine. Next thing is the bum gun. So coming from England, we have absolute none of these in England, and for me it's the best invention ever. I don't think there's much more to say on that other than that it's super clean, it's convenient, and it's quick. This needs to be back home. Like, every toilet in the West needs to have a bum gun right now. Another thing about Thai people is they're very superstitious. There's spirit houses everywhere. They wear these amulets on their neck to ward off spirits. I would say 80 to 90% of Thai people, maybe even more, believe in ghosts. I found this pretty strange when I first moved there. Every 8 a.m. in the morning and every 6 p.m, in a lot of public areas, they play the national anthem, and everyone just stands still, like this, and they just listen. I've still not got my head wrapped around that, but bit of a culture shock there. And then there's things like no shoes inside, no PDA, which is public display of affection. Generally, they don't kiss in public normally or do anything like that in public. They keep it for behind closed doors. Even like greeting people, they don't normally hug. Maybe an occasional handshake, but they just Y. So they put two hands together and Y, which is very polite and respectful. Like my girlfriend, when I introduce her to my friends who are foreigners, she'll always ask me, how do I greet them? Do I handshake? Do I hug? Should I Y? I said, just go with your gut, whatever you feel. There's no wrong answer. And also another thing, I don't know if this is true, in your experience, you tell me, comment down below, but I feel like Thai people love British culture. The amount of Thais that have told me they love Harry Potter has been music to my ears because I love Harry Potter. And also like, a good majority of the male population of Thai people follow the English Premier League, whether it's Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal, City, and they're hardcore fans. They adore it, and that's great to see. As a British person, I love that. So anyway, yeah, getting back on track. Do I love living in Bangkok, Thailand? 100% yes. Do I see myself living here long term? For sure, yes. Can I say I'll be here forever? I don't know, because that's for future Sam to decide, but do I want to be here forever and live in Thailand for as long as possible? Yes. For me, the positives clearly outweigh the negatives. And my question is to you, would you live in Bangkok, Thailand? Let me know down in the comments. Big things coming. See you in the next one.